Hi everybody and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Survival. And in today's episode, we'll be preparing for the Nether update. Now, as you know, it has already come out on the 23rd if I am not mistaken, and I haven't updated yet. And it's usually a good thing to do. Wait until all the bugs are discovered and farms broken and stuff. In this episode, we'll be preparing for the Nether update. And we'll mostly be covering all the farms broken, such as our zero-tick farms. Now, let's get started. As you know, all zero-tick farms have been broken. However, our AFK fish farms haven't been broken, only for the Java edition so far, in the first release, 1.16.0, so far. As far as I know, villager mechanics haven't been changed, so our villager breeder should still be working, and as for our gold farm, it's still working 0.16. So zombie piglins should still spawn at the south and east sides, I think. As for iron farms, they're actually getting a big help with parity with Java edition's iron farms. So now we'll actually have a good source of iron income. However, there is a problem for our trading hall. All nether side things still work. However, upon updating to 1.16, all the villagers and minecarts will fall down onto this lower track meant to go to the killing chamber. However, that is only upon updating. When you log out and log back in, they'll still be there. So, upon updating from 0.14 to 0.16, they'll fall down. You might want to stop that. And you'll have to change the rails to go back into their holding chambers, holding cells. This only happens upon update and at no other time. However, for this specific zero-tick farm that I built, it works even when turned off. Since it uses observer detection to detect when the sugarcane grows, it can still be used as a quite tiny sugarcane farm. But really anything zero-tick is not really working anymore. And another thing to note would be our Trident Farm. You know, the one that uses a zombie spawner, then converts them to drowned, and then uses a looting 3 sword to make them drop tridents more often. Well, that's getting patched. Technically it's a bug. So you'll want to farm all the tridents possible before updating to 1.16 to make sure you have a good stock of tridents. Because without the farm, it would have been impossible to build our guardian farm. And we'll get to that farm later. And you'll really want to get some more tridents, because they're actually pretty rare. You'll want to have at least a double chest full of tridents before the 1.16 update. Like so. And there are also things not related to farms I've built, but those are coming up later. Right now, we're going to farm some drowned with looting 3 to get at least a double chest full of trident. We can then later enchant them with mending and breaking 3 and such to make sure that they're good tridents. Obviously, we can't get this many chestfuls of tridents, but we can try our best. So I'll probably be here AFKing for a few good hours or 2 before I'll stop to make sure I have enough tridents to last basically forever. This many tridents should last me a couple of years actually, if I enchant them with loyalty or just don't use them that often, which I don't unless it's related to farms. So I built this drowned farm in like episode 9. It was okay, I guess. Basically, we drop the zombies into water and then convert them into drowned, which then fall here, and I kill them with looting 3 sword to hopefully get a trident. So, see you in a few hours, I guess. And now back here at our base, before 1.16, we'll want to use our zero-tick farms as much as possible. So, we'll want to be running it non-stop for like a few hours so we get the most amount of sugarcane possible. And I've already arranged the chest beforehand, so we can just make a giant storage system. Now all we need is lots more hoppers, and I do have some iron that I've been getting every so often. So we have a few chests. Now we just have to make hoppers and a few more chests to contain the sugarcane. Now our storage system will be just like at the raid farm. We'll also address that later. A row of hoppers going across and some going down. Just like so. Going down and going across. About right here should be fine. So, hoppers going across and then going down. And we'll want to do that on both sides since this is a farm that uses both sides. We'll want to continue doing that until we have a gigantic storage system, basically. And once you have a storage system big enough, you'll want to turn on your farm. Like so. So you can fill up your entire storage system. I spent nearly 54 blocks of iron on this. I still have another stack of blocks of iron, but that's really all the iron I have. But it'll be worth it once I have an elytra and use all this sugarcane to make rockets. So we'll just let that sit in the background and such, and let it make enough sugarcane for quite a while. And now we go to our raid farm. And as for our raid farms, they will unfortunately not work in 1.16, well, this design specifically, due to how far away the point above us and the point below us is. With the new loading distance, whatever, that point and that point are too far away from us. Well, more specifically, that point on the bottom. And the captains won't spawn in since they're technically not loaded. And if we don't have the captains to get bad omen effect, raids won't spawn. So I suggest using this farm as often as possible. The actual mechanics haven't really changed as far as I know. They might have. It's mostly the distance apart. But the amount of stuff you've gotten, or get, the amount of stuff you get from a raid farm is quite incredible. As you can see over here, I've already got a double chest full of emerald blocks, along with anything else. Most of the stuff is kept in these chests right here. All enchanted books, arrows, glowstone, redstone, sugar, gunpowder, spider eyes, since witches do spawn in raids. It's basically like a mini, really tiny witch farm. So the mechanics haven't changed, only it's the loading distance. So we'll probably have to tear this down and build a new one. Or we can just pick a new outpost to build one on. I'll probably just tear it down and build again, since the drops are quite good, especially if you use the looting 3 sword. Now let's see. We have our blaze farm, our guardian farm, and I think that might be it. As far as I know, blaze farms, or really mob spawning from a mob spawner, hasn't really changed at all. Of course, you'll be less than 15 blocks away, so it won't really affect. So the new mob spawning rules won't really affect your blaze farm. And that's it for blaze farms, I guess. And as for our witch farm, everything should stay the same and you need to update nothing. Unless they change Trident killers, which renders basically this entire episode null. So now on to our guardian farm. And here we have our guardian farm. Now I've temporarily turned it to peaceful since I'm lazy and still haven't bothered to install the storage system for this thing. Anyhow, everything for the guardian farm is still mostly working. Of course, you stand here at your AFK spot The only thing with the new render distance is you'll have to turn it up a little bit, because if you have it on 4, your simulation distance, the 4 corner killing chambers, spawning, whatever, will not work. They will be just barely out of your loading distance, but every other cell will still work, which isn't really a problem since that's still a ton. However, in 1.16, there's a bug, you could call it, that doesn't let items pass over pressure plates. They would get stuck right here. And now, it's actually very easy to solve. Just use buttons instead. So replace all pressure plates with a button. Like so. You can pick up your pressure plates or just let them flow through the system into your storage. The mechanics for spawning guardians hasn't changed. The killing chamber, tridents still work, redstone's fine, just that items get stuck on pressure plates. It'll probably be changed for 1.16 point something, but it's not really that urgent, so it might take a while. And if you frequently use this garden farm, you'll really want to fix this issue. So replace all pressure plates with buttons, and it'll be fine. And once you're done changing all the pressure plates for stone buttons, you'll want to make sure you change all of them, not just the ones you can see here. You'll want to make your rounds throughout and about the system, checking to make sure you didn't forget a single pressure plate, or else lots of items could be lost and lots of lag could be gained. Make sure you didn't really forget any pressure plate. Just to tell you about the ones you've probably forgot about, in the column there's one right here, and you can't forget about the ones on top where the items go through. One right here, and another one right here to stop the water from flowing all over you. Now, for any and every farm, you'll want to change your pressure plates for buttons of some type, because so far in 1.16 and 1.16.1, it appears that pressure plates, they have a collision box. So, it would be to say, if this torch was solid, and I would stop right here blocked by the torch and couldn't move forward. And I think that's it for this farm. And as for our slime farm, as far as I know, there are no updates regarding to slime chunks or slime spawning, so our slime farm should be fine and should need no changes. And I have already said this before, but on Bedrock, fishing farms aren't broken yet. Hopefully they don't break, but it was promised. And I think that is all the farms that I've ever made. So let's get on with the next part. And here at the Nether, we will be going onto the Nether Roof using a bug found in 1.14. I don't know if it's still there in 1.16, but probably not. Anyhow, we'll be going to the Nether Roof right directly above our main portal, sort of. We'll go on top right there, to a higher part. Right up here, and we'll dig our way over to the portal. Right about here, directly above our Nether portal. And here we have the space where we're going to go even higher further up. Build ourselves a small platform so we don't keep falling off. Patch up any holes around here, and then we'll start going even higher up. Okay, and here we have it, the exact block where we're going to go up. And it appears we have stumbled across a cave. And we can see our portal and area from up here. We're pretty close now, I believe. Ah yes, we've struck bedrock. And we've reached bedrock. Now, we'll need some space right here. And right now I'm clearing out any other netherrack that is present. So, here we go. One piston like so. And we'll just need to build a clock. Got that one backwards. So basically, so, once more, and here we have our clock. Now we just need to aim with the top snow, and eventually it'll break bedrock. Oh yeah, I messed this up. I need one more space of air. Made it one too tall. Let's make it lower, block lower. And now here we go. Okay. 2 spaces of air, piston, and a clock. And now that we have our clock running, we can now start breaking bedrock. So, we aim on top right here. And as you can see, the bedrock has broken. And now we just move this around and break every piece of bedrock in this 5x5. And here we are, all the way on the Nether Roof. Now you can probably tell by my lack of levels, only being 8, but I did die. I accidentally got trapped in bedrock, suffocated, and died, lost all my levels. But do not worry, no gear or equipment was lost. All items didn't disappear. And I do believe that is the end of today's episode. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Goodbye, and see you around.